My son Christopher was accepted by several top-notch colleges, but he realized there was something more meaningful and more challenging calling him at this point in his life. He wanted to join the Army and do his part to help fight the war on terror. This was what was in his heart. I remember when Chris was young, someone told us that he was an old soul in a child's body. In some ways, he has always been more mature, more insightful, more driven than others his age. He wrestled with this decision for several weeks. After much soul-searching and candid conversations with his mother and me, Christopher enlisted. His intense patriotism and strong sense of duty drove him to leave the safety of home and embark on a journey full of unknowns. After boot camp, Christopher graduated as a combat engineer, trained, as he put it, in building things and blowing stuff up. A combat engineer can build a pontoon bridge or blow open the doors of an insurgent's hideout. Christopher's primary job in Iraq would be route clearance, keeping the roads clear of IEDs, landmines, and other dangerous obstacles. In January 2009, he passed through Bangor, Maine, on his way to Germany, and then on to Kuwait, and finally Camp Speicher in Iraq. Now the training was over. This was the real deal. Night after night, Chris's unit went out in a small convoy of highly specialized vehicles, looking for explosive devices planted on or near the roadway. This vehicle is called the Buffalo. This is the Husky. And this is the RG. Sometimes Chris drove one of the vehicles. Sometimes he was a spotter, looking for anything suspicious as they drove along. Most times, he was the gunner on top of the RG. What a view. He endured 12 or 14-hour shifts 7 days a week. It was freezing in the winter and sweltering in the summer. He ingested sand from the intense sandstorms that brought visibility down to just a few hundred feet. We sent him care packages with personal hygiene items, food, magazines, and pictures of his dog Riley. We spoke on the phone or online via Skype just about once a week. Sometimes when we spoke, he was wound up real tight from having just come in from a mission. Other times, he was just plain exhausted. Holidays were especially hard. Throughout it all, we prayed a lot. Occasionally, we cried. We hugged Riley when we couldn't hug Chris. Somehow, Chris kept his sense of humor. As his friends enjoyed their college spring break, he posted this picture and caption on his Facebook page. Christopher pressed on, through the loneliness, through the uncertainty, through the fear. Gradually, an entire year passed, and he came home, back through Kuwait, Ireland, Alaska, and on to Hawaii, where the 95th Engineering Battalion is stationed. Incredibly, he landed in Honolulu on his 21st birthday, a day I'm sure he'll never forget. He called us from the bus as they were driving away from the airport. We could clearly hear the relief in his voice. We joined him a few days later for a family reunion. We had made the travel arrangements a few months prior, but were never quite sure if it was really going to happen. What undescribable joy to see him again and reconnect as a family. we were whole once more. So, what's next, you ask? Christopher has approximately 1 year left on his contract. Hopefully he can ride it out in Hawaii. And guess what he's doing now? Looking at colleges. Now he's ready.